Chargers and the reigning AFC champs on Monday Night Prime Time.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, we'll have the final two games of this kickoff weekend, and we begin with a great one here between the Los Angeles Chargers and our home team. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, a new season finally here. We had the great one Thursday night. All sorts of intrigue in the games yesterday, and now we put a bow on this first weekend with a good one here tonight.
We do put a spotlight on...
And we are underway from Houston. Taken at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And they'll be let out by their 6-year quarterback.
All right, I know it's something that every team says every season, but they genuinely believe that this is their year, and having him at quarterback is a big part of that. They think he's poised for a huge season and can really be the type of player that brings out the best of each weapon that they have on this offense. Behind that type of performance, their goals are high. They envision a lot of wins and finishing among the league's best on their side of the ball.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Oh, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And picked up by the Chargers. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And I guess we're back to square one. A rocky start here. A turnover followed by a turnover.
Not exactly what we expected going into the game, but I always wonder about the nerves and people starting, the emotions of the game. Sometimes it takes a little while for that to play out and for them to settle in. Let's hope that that's taken care of now.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Back to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
They bring their punter out there now as he's on to punt for Houston. This is fielded at the 27. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll run with Langford to begin the drive. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. 2nd down and 3.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Personal foul, unnecessary run, defense.
Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Now an option play on 2nd down.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead.
So the big return had them fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a 1st down.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And it's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The 12 yards that time and picking up the 1st.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Two 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Here's 2nd and 8. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. 48 yards. And the Flyers have answered that early field goal to take a 1st quarter lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Sometimes that's a danger putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
And they'll try to run the option here.
And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. They'll set up a throw.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
On is the Chargers punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And now out comes Houston.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But Let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. They're going to look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Now he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession, as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. The quarterback run, good for 10 that time, but it does lead to a 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Nice pickup, 10 yards and a first down on the keeper.
Well, I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he stopped immediately there. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. And this one is right down the middle. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
He'll keep it himself.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, throwing back across his body.
And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
Personal foul, roughing the tackle, defense.
How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Langford. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Looking to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Houston set to take over. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
Now a throw here, hauled in. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Three yards remain for 2nd down. Now back to throw. Running right through him. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
They'll look to throw again. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll look to throw here. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is 1 play from stalling out.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And for the 2nd time this half, on comes the field goal unit here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And the Chargers coming out on the field now.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Checks it underneath to Langford. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Dumps it into the flat to Langford. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Back to throw again. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Man open left side is Brown. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. This will be caught once again by Brown.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Buying time to his left. And he'll just get rid of it. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here that's complete.
He's going to be brought down there in the field of play, and the clock will run. No timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State to check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. The Jags able to start the season off on the right foot as they get the win at home in their season opener. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And things didn't go so well as it was the visiting Raiders who come in and grab the victory. Eddie Lacy, well over 100 yards receiving with 3 touchdown catches. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Chargers. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, on the other side, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And the half will begin with a touchback. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he is going to lose yardage here. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And the lead stretches 16-3 now.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
He'll decide to keep this once more. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he collapsed down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the second level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 2nd and 5. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Wallace. 7 yards there and a first down. The give to Langford up the gut. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Back to the running game. Langford. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. They'll try to run for the first with Langford. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They keep it on the ground with Langford. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And this one is right through. And the lead is down to 10 now at 16-6. So it was 4th and 1. They wind up taking the 3. But I'm not sure that that offensive unit, judging by the sideline, Charles, was in 100% agreement with the decision.
No, not at all. But the head coach has final call on this. We know that. But let's face it, offenses want to feel like, hey, you believe in us, let us go for it. We'll see if that is a problem for them moving forward in this game.
Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met. Well, that last run for a first down, it really should be the last straw for the defense. I don't care how many they've had in the box. They need to add more people.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And
he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 38-yard line. Give him 18 on the play.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart, because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Second and 4. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
They'll drop to throw.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? They'll set up a throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that, maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns, or at least sent to overtime, does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
L.A. set to take over again on offense.
And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Here's 2nd and 8.
They go screen play to Langford. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He's going to air one out. And he fires one that's intercepted. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead. Look at the deficit. Trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
And now out comes Houston.
They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Over the middle, it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, part of why that play works is because the defense has to freeze because they don't know whether he's going to hand it off or keep it himself. And this time, how about that sleight of hand there? Gives it to his wideout. And that indecision defensively, boy, it hurt him in a big way.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now back to throw, eluding the pressure, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. He'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Looking to throw. Steps away to his left.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 11. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole.
A 4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A run from the pistol with Langford. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's a 2nd and 7. It's caught. Here's Langford. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. 9 yards is the loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Brandon, how about that reaction there from a defensive end? Able to recognize the screen pass trying to happen, broke off his pass rush, and then get back to tackle the running back. That's a very athletic and intelligent play. Reminds me of you working out and seeing that the treadmill's open and getting there before anyone else.
See, I know you're just patronizing me right now. Everybody knows at home that is nothing but a shot at me, and I'll take it, absorb it, and we'll move on.
And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
And they're going to get this up to midfield. So this offense able to convert on fourth, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They'll look to throw again. And he will find his man on the end route, complete.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Back to throw again. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. The Charles are trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they can afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up 2nd down. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Over the middle, it's complete.
And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, the field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
But now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they bring out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. So the Chargers now down by 16, under 1:20 to go. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing out. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Going long here for Wallace.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
It's a gain of 8, and it brings up 3rd down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
The
Partner, that'll do it. These Week 1 primetime games, they always seem to have a little bit more electricity, a little more anticipation. A fun one tonight, and a lot of fun ones that we have on the road ahead.
And, partner, I love the word you just used there, electricity. Things were crackling out there, weren't they? And let's face it, both of these teams came in with the idea, get off to the start. Get off to a 1-0 start and get your season going. That could spark an excellent season for them. They've got that in their pocket now.
So for the home team here, it's a great win here on a Monday night as they'll start the new campaign 1-0.
And they will hit the road next week to take on Washington.
Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs.